We have arrived. Please look in my purse. I brought something. I brought a sponge. And I brought a Sharpie, so maybe if he's out, he can sign my sponge. I'm pretty proud of myself. So what are you most looking forward to this musical?
How zany it is.
Do you think it's gonna be good though?
I thought I watched the opening number.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna be fine. All right. So what are you expecting?
I honestly think it's gonna be really good. I think that because I think they know it's silly and I think they're embracing it. So I don't think it's gonna be like them trying to make it real, because they don't, like, the characters don't look real, like, you know what I mean, like with Mr. Krabs, he's got like the boxing gloves on, it's not like real claws. No, but that's why I think it's going to be good, because they're not like taking themselves too seriously.
Okay.
They're having fun with it. Here, hold on to him. Wait, turn him around, that's the green side. SpongeBob's only yellow.
Hang on.
No, don't. Okay, but he's naked though. Put a tie there or something. Right, that's a little better. Alright, we made it to New York and we're being touristy so we can talk to the camera.
I don't know if I'm on camera, but we're being tourists.
So we're headed towards SpongeBob and it's gonna start in an hour.
I don't know what time it is.
In about an hour, but this is probably the smoothest trip we've had so far, to be honest. I mean, well, as far as like timing and everything, we're not having to wait a long time for things. Yeah. I still can't get used to people trying to sell you shit on the street though.
At least I'm not saying no.
I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I'll just give him the shoulder. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. How much is the play set?
Oh, they all fit in her journal.
Let me see it. I can't see it. Look at this!
No, this thing also flies when you yank it.
The lantern?
Yeah. That takes off, and that's what makes $15.
15 bucks? Get it in the bag.
Do they have your size?
Let me check. 5 to 6 years, 4 years, but no, there's no 23 years.
Well, I knew we were gonna love it. I mean, we walked in and everything's like pool noodles and beach balls.
But did you think you wanted it to be different or no?
No, it's what I expected.
I thought it was perfect the way that they did it. I thought that it was silly. I thought that it was fun and light. It wasn't like, what they didn't do was make it so it was a strict SpongeBob, here's SpongeBob dressed up as somebody kid thing. Like, it was a very silly thing for everybody because everybody enjoyed it. They did a lot of quotes. They did
mayonnaise an instrument,
and it's lemon scented. And they did, what was the first one that they did? They did My Leg when they dropped something into the orchestra. First of all, the orchestra was a big part of it. The conductor, the conductor did a lot of interactions with it. The conductor was a big part of it, and she would catch props. She would interact with props.
She used the action figures that showed the destruction of Bikini Bottom.
Yes, that was funny. All the characters, like the people who played all the characters, were so good. Oh my God, Patrick was amazing. Squidward was incredible. Mr. Krabs was incredible. Pearl was incredible. Sandy was incredible. And of course, like SpongeBob, the guy who did SpongeBob, did such an amazing job. It was awesome. There wasn't a part where I was like, this is boring. Like the whole thing was super silly. And then at the end, they had a huge party and they shot confetti everywhere.
Bubbles.
There were bubbles. The guy who was SpongeBob did a lot of stunts. Like, he did a really good job with all the... He was jacked, so he did a really good job with all the, like, climbing and the moving around. Also, the soundboard guy was...
Guy who's making all the sounds.
He made all the sound effects. When Squidward walked, his tentacles, like, when you hear it in the show, if you watch the show, you know all the sound effects that the characters have. When SpongeBob was walking, he would always do squeak, 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 squeak. I don't know, like I can't name all the sound effects because there were a million, but they were all awesome. So they had, on the sides of the set, had like a Rube Goldberg machine, and the whole premise of the plot was that there's a volcano, like there's a volcano that's gonna destroy Bikini Bottom. So they have a Rube Goldberg machine on like both sides of the stage, and they would send balls down as like boulders falling out of the volcano and stuff. It was hysterical. At the end, they did the theme song. There's no pineapple because we were like waiting for it. We're like, what are they gonna do? Chris said, are they gonna do it at the beginning or the
end?
Or at the end. And I think doing it at the end was like perfect, a way to like wrap it all up. For some reason, I really liked Plankton.
Yes, they overplayed him very well.
But like he was one of my favorite characters. Plankton was cool. I love how he and Karen played with each other. It was hysterical. I just think the biggest word was hysterical, and it was fun. It wasn't like, oh, this is a kid's show. Like at first you're like, oh, this is a joke. At first you think this is a joke though. Like they're really doing this musical. This is stupid. But like as we were thinking about it, and then when we actually got the tickets, we were so excited.
So we're on our way home from the train station. The question I just asked her was, what was her favorite sequence? I didn't say song, because, you know, songs...
Oh, I didn't hear you say sequence.
Yeah, I meant sequence because, you know, the songs are the songs, and you can have a favorite song, but, like what was your favorite, like, physical
honestly,
moment?
The opening number, the whole opening part, since...
Bikini Bottom Day?
Yeah, since we heard that before, and that kind of got us hyped for it, when I was actually watching it, I was like, it's just as magical as I wanted it to be.
The guy in the tutu that came out with the arrow.
Oh my god. See, I love the silliness. Like, the guys in the tutus and the silly costumes, and... They had
the voiceover guy from the TV show. It actually was Tom Kenny. They recorded it. They're like, welcome to Bikini Bottom with the sea sponge, and then a guy ran out with a giant arrow and pointed at a holographic picture of SpongeBob on the wall with a ding sound effect.
Yeah, just really nice. Like the whole thing, it was a good show.
Alright, but so your favorite was probably the opening number.
Yeah, but I loved Squidward when he was tap dancing. That was hysterical. And
that guy worked his ass off.
Oh my god, he was so good.
He got a standing ovation halfway through the show.
He did. Like his part, people were like, oh my god, they were like standing up and clapping for him.
I have to say my favorite sequence, I don't want to say song, I want to say sequence because of what was going on during it, was the kick to the top when Sandy and SpongeBob were climbing the evil volcano.
All the boxes. Just seamless transitions between SpongeBob and Sandy's characters were interacting with the stage crew, because it was a bunch of boxes on dollies that you would see at like a supermarket. Mm-hmm.
Back store shelves. Noah and I used to push them around in the back of everybody's.
Yeah.
And they were moving around like they were, you know, it looked like they were climbing a mountain. Precision and the smooth running of that entire scene. I'm like, we would never get that down. Someone would fall over, a cart would die.
When they would do stuff like that and they had the people moving the sets around, or even when they did the thing with the sponges.
Oh, they had a black light with people holding up sponges.
Yes.
Which, by the way, Bobby, I ruined the sponge.